Today, the Coin Story podcast explores the treasures of Costa Rica, gold, silver, and stunning paper money. Welcome back to Coin Story, where every coin is Latin American, and sometimes every banknote has a story to tell. The Coin Story podcast would like to thank its sponsors, Fondo Coffee, freshly roasted coffee every time, and GBD Marketing, engage, convert, and thrive. Today we're taking a tour through one of the most fascinating places in San Jose, Costa Rica, the Central Bank Museums. It's a treasure trove, literally, sitting right beneath the Plaza de la Cultura. We'll travel from glittering artistry of the Pre-Columbian gold rooms through the hammered silver coins of the Spanish Conquest and into the vibrant designs of modern Costa Rican paper money. And finally, I'm going to go on a small rant about our currency and the beautiful currency of Costa Rica. As we step into the first gallery, it's like walking into a glowing rainforest cave, except instead of stalactites, there's shimmering displays of gold artifacts made by Costa Rica's indigenous people between 300 AD and the arrival of the Spanish. The gold here wasn't just currency. It wasn't just a medium of exchange. It was spiritual. Chiefs and shamans wore it as a connection to the gods, as a symbol of power, as an offering to the spirit world. You'll see intricate animal figures, jaguars, eagles, and crocodiles, all tied to myths and legends. What's wild is how these objects were made. The lost wax casting method, which meant the artist created a wax model, covered it in clay, heating it so that the wax melted out, and then poured it in molten gold. Once cooled, the clay was broken away, revealing a one-of-a-kind masterpiece. And remember, Costa Rica's gold didn't come in massive nuggets. Miners panned fine gold dust from rivers. Every gram you see was painstakingly gathered, refined, and transformed into a gleaming statement of prestige. When the Spanish arrived in the 16th century, gold suddenly had a new purpose. It had to be melted down into bars and shipped back to Spain. Alongside it came silver reals, hammered by hand in colonial mints. Coins were from this period were anything but perfect. Crude circles with royal coats of arms on the side, on a cross, and castles and lions designed on the other, each one struck by hand with a hammer and die, giving every coin its own slightly lopsided personality. Some were minted in Guatemala, others in Mexico, but all circulated through Costa Rica as a part of the Spanish Empire's monetary network. And these weren't just coins, these were global travelers carried on galleons from the Americas to Europe, Asia, and beyond. But here's the irony. While Spain imposed its currency, indigenous barter systems still quietly existed alongside it for centuries. Coffee, beans, cacao, and livestock were still as good as cash in rural markets long after the conquest. Fast forward to the present day, and Costa Rica's paper money is a work of art. Their cologne banknotes aren't just tools of commerce, they're mini murals in your pocket. Let's take a look at the front of our first bill. We see that we have the former president, Mario Fernandez Acua, on the $2,000 or 2,000 mil colones. We have, let's see, a bull shark on the front and in a reef landscape. Really beautiful note. And then we have the 1,000. On the front, we have Barrio Carrillo Colina, who was a former president. And on the back, we have a white-tailed deer. Beautiful, also beautiful note in red. Then we have a 5,000 colones with a former president, Alfredo Gonzalez Flores, on the front. And on the back, we have a white-faced monkey. Beautiful little guy. And at the bottom, a crab. Really neat. Love the colors on these notes. And our last note we're going to be showing you today is on the front, we see Jose Figueres Fiera. Beautiful green note. And on the reverse or the back, we see a sloth. Really jungle scene or rainforest scene behind it. Beautiful flowers. Amazing note. Beautiful currency. Every note celebrates the country's biodiversity and cultural heritage. You don't have to speak Spanish. The bills tell you Costa Rica's story in color, texture, and imagery. And here's the best part. They're made from a polymer, which means they're more durable, harder to counterfeit, and feel almost silky to the touch. Let's get to my rant. I look at Costa Rica's banknotes bursting with vibrant color, celebrating wildlife, rainforests, coral reefs, and then I think about our money. Don't get me wrong, I love the history of the US dollar, but visually, it's green. It's all green. It could double as camouflage. Meanwhile, Costa Rica's currency looks like an art exhibit combined with a National Geographic cover. Every time you spend a bill here, you feel like you're parting with a tiny treasure. Every time I hand over US cash, I feel like I'm paying a parking ticket. So here's my plea. Let's make money beautiful again. Let's put some color on it. Let's celebrate landscapes, wildlife, and maybe even our own history in living color. Because if Costa Rica can do it, why can't we? That's our tour of the Central Bank of Costa Rica museums. From sacred gold of the Pre-Columbian chiefs to vibrant colognes in circulation today. If you find yourself in San Jose, skip the souvenir shop for a moment and head underground where the real treasures are. Until next time, coin connoisseurs, I'm Pete, reminding you that every banknote has a life and story to tell if you're patient enough to listen. Pura vida. Welcome to Coin Story. I'm Pete. Coin Story focuses on the history of a single coin. Coins move through the ages from hand to hand and from decade to century. These coins represent the work and culture of the people that own them. Every coin has a story to tell if you're patient enough to listen. Take a little time out of your day and join me for a walk back in time. Every coin has a life, and each coin tells a story.